In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make Latin tech house like this. Alright, pretty vibey track. I like it, makes me want to dance. So for those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Vlad and I create superstar music producers. If you're interested in music coaching and you want to work one-on-one on your production skills, all the links are down below. Feel free to book a call or send me a message right away. So without further talking, let's get started with the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a little bit about like overall structure of Latin tech house tracks. So before preparing this tutorial, I went through Beatport and picked this track, as you can see the reference one. So what I noticed in Latin tech house, the drop is pretty like minimal. They usually have just the vocal drums kicking the bass and not a lot of elements. So for me it's cool, but I wanted to add something more. So you've heard that in this part of the drop, but just to give you a taste of how it could sound if you want to go for more like classic sound per se. For example, if we go like this, maybe. So as you can hear, just the drums, the kick, and the bass and the vocal. So the vocal in Latin tech house, if it's a vocal track, it really means a lot. So make sure that you pick the right vocal. And then again, it's pretty much the same thing throughout the whole track. So let's take a look at all of the elements, how I've done the track. So I wanted to sort of create a similar atmosphere, similar vibe. So if we start with the kick and the bass, I'm gonna get copyrighted for this, but I don't care. It doesn't really change anything in the videos. So now for the kick, I just picked the sample, which sounds like this. Pretty classic kick, bit of EQ here to make it softer. That's my vibe. And then for the bass, it sounds like this. Pretty simple pattern. And then as for the sound design, it's also pretty simple. What I'm going to show you is this patch. You can get the project on all of the presets. So it's just a simple sine waveform. And I have LFO 1, which is basically controlling the global pitch. So if you can see here, LFO 1 goes to master tuning. If I disable that, so just giving it sort of this 808 kind of bass, and then the envelope 1 is sort of like punchy, pretty long release time. I close the filter here as well. And then for the processing, just a lot of distortion, which really makes up the sound, as you can hear. And then one more filter. And that's pretty much it for the bass, like super simple. I just wanted to create a similar bass for the track. Sounds like this. And then let's listen together with the drums. Because the drums here are really important in Latin tech house. I like using loops, what I noticed, especially like lately, because it just helps you to create faster. That's really the thing. So really nice clap. Then we have the hat loop. Again, so we are already getting like ready sounds within just like, I don't know how much time it's going to take for you, but just if you pick the right loops, then like it's ready, and then you can just keep on working with the arrangement of the track. So nice and punchy, I like that. Then we have a tambourine sound, which also creates a lot of groove. So all together, it sounds like this. So you can already feel the vibe, you can already dance to this track. It's just really nice. Pretty cool. And then we have the conga sound. So in Latin tech house, what you will hear a lot is percussion. Some of the tracks have like more classic tech house vibe. For example, like this, which is fine. But if you want to go for more like organic type of sound, then percussion is the way to go. This one is pretty cool. So what I've done here is I just played with the notes. So it's, as you can see, it's all MIDI. I have the contact library, but then again, you can use the loops. Loops are always easier. So this is the library that I use for that. They are easier. They tend to sound more natural because it might have been recorded like with real hands, right? The real person playing. But this one, you can make it sound nice, like organic, natural, but it's gonna take you more effort and more time. But then again, I think in this case, this loop is sounding pretty nice. So what you want to do is just, you want to try and select the right notes or like the right one shots for the loop. So in this case, it's something like that. I don't really know like what exactly to explain here because I just go by my ear really, and I just try to improvise and just see what sounds good. So there's no like really secret formula. I'm just showing you the workflow, and then you can think for yourself, do the same thing of your own track. But that's the thing, right? So next we have the ride loop. Then it's like sort of generic classic sound in tech house, but it's creating a lot of energy, right? And with the rides, so with the vocals, for example, it's going to sound cool already. And that's pretty much like the whole track if we're not talking about the instruments. So this is something that I added from myself, and that adds that, I would say, interesting vibe to the track. Because with the vocals, just like kick drums vocals, to me it's kind of boring, so I just wanted to add something. So let's take a look at that. So the first thing is going to be the brass instruments, the I think horns and trumpets. Let me show you this one. So it's just a really simple melody. If I bypass the drums, I just played on my computer keyboard, even like without a MIDI controller, and I came up with this melody. So it's adding that nice Latin vibe. It doesn't yet sound full as like real brass loop, like with horns, with trumpets, but you can make it sound good. So what we have here next is going to be the layers for the brass instruments. And now it's already sounding fuller. This one we can pitch one octave lower. So it's already sounding more natural, fuller, and then you just have to pick the right sounds. In Latin tech house, you can hear brass instruments a lot. It's sort of like natural or like classic instrument in like Latin music. I'm not really familiar with that, so like don't judge me if I don't know something. But from what I've heard in the tracks. So it's already like giving a nice vibe, nice variation, adding organic sounds. And then there's one more sound, which is going to be the trombone, which is lower. So if you listen, too much of a reverb here, which I don't really like. So let me just go here. Something like this. And just quickly EQ the something like this. I can't really hear the difference, but anyway. So something like this, and then we have 3 layers, and it's already sounding. So if you play with the velocity here, like you really pay attention to that, then it's gonna sound pretty natural, and then you can apply the groove here as well. So that's for the brass instruments. So let's listen all together. pretty nice. And then we have a couple of more layers, synth sounds, which makes the track pretty aggressive. I don't know, it sounds like a little bit like bass house, more classic tech house. I just like blending everything together, and to me it just sounds really nice like that. So let's listen again, but in solo. This is the sound. Pretty nice. Maybe we can do like this. Pretty cool sound. I don't want to go like too much into the sound design because you can get those presets and just explore them on your own. But if you take a look, it's pretty simple sound. Just the filter makes it sound this way. So yeah, you'll get the preset. So I'm just trying to show you the approach itself, like the logic, how I'm layering, how I'm composing the sound. So the main thing is that before that, I wanted to do something like this, which sounded way too repetitive. Let me show you. So just like way too repetitive, like way too quick. But then if we add a little variation here in between, then it's going to sound nice. I'm going to show you the rest of the sounds as well. So it's not too repetitive, and we have little pauses in between those melodic fills. So in terms of the melody, it's like essentially the same thing. But then all together, organic and electronic sounds, I just love layering that. Pretty cool, right? So let's listen without the fills. Oh yeah, one more important thing is that I have a pretty aggressive sidechain on my instruments, and that's something that I'm using like in all of my tracks. I like aggressive sidechain where you can really hear like the ducking effect, right? So if you without the reverb, and then without that. So without that, you could use that. I just like this kind of sound because it's so groovy. It's just, I love the pumping effects, just so nice. Okay, so that's for the instruments. Then we have one more synth sound. Like it's not organic. It's not really from like Latin Tech House, but like for some reason I just liked it. I was going through the presets and hey, like let me think about what I could add here. It just sounds nice. Really nice feel. Like it's really simple. What I like about that. And then we have one more fill. So this one is, I could imagine using this sound in Latin Tech House. Yeah, this one's pretty nice. So if we go to Serum, it's pretty, as you can see. Yeah, a bit of distortion here, EQ, because I didn't really go into the sound design. So quite often it's just better to go through the presets, just pick something, put that into the track, work on the arrangement, and then you can replace the sound, because otherwise you may kill the creativity, and this is the approach that I use for this track as well. So yeah, don't want to talk about like sound design, but if you want to see more sound design tutorials, just let me know in the comments. I'll do that for you. So yeah, that's like pretty much it for the track. And then we have as for the melody, again, I just improvised. So it's sort of similar to the previous melodies that we have here. Again, I just play it on my computer keyboard, even like without a MIDI controller. So you can do it. You can do it with it, even without a MIDI controller, MIDI keyboard. So the last thing is going to be this sound. It's the same sound as, I think, which one is it? Or is it the same? It's not the same. No, it's not the same, but like again, I'm just using the same vibe, the same notes from the main melody. So that's pretty much it. As you can see, everything is pretty simple. Then you just have to arrange that. I would say that this is like 80% sort of finished, the main drop, and then you just like structure it, you arrange it, but we got the main drop. So let's just listen once again all together, and then we're going to end the tutorial.
como baila, mira como usa. Ya es una tabla de película. Chanali, 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 chanali. Muévelo los pies, pies, muévelo los pies, muévelo los pies, 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 pies, pies, pies.
Yeah, pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new from it. If you want to work one-on-one with me on your music, again, all the links are down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like notification bell. You know that this all helps a lot. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.